Hey everyone, welcome to another transformation video. This is the MPG-01 Shouki from the new line from Takara. Yeah, it's finally getting around to this. But yeah, go ahead, go from train to robot to combine and back to train because he's packaged in train mode. So let's go ahead and get that started. So first thing you want to do is right here, these panels right here, you want to go ahead and get those untabbed. Right here, let's get those untabbed right there and bring them down like that. Then go ahead and right here, this roof section, you want to use this double hinge and bring it up like that. Down here, this little wheel assembly, you want to untab it from the bottom by pulling it down away from the train. Although it can be a bit tricky. Yeah, if you get mostly untabbed from the back here, you can then go ahead and start to separate the back end. You can get it mostly untabbed. So, and then separate the back, and then that should be able to get you the rest of the way untabbed. Like that. And get the split like that. Then this side right here, you want to go ahead and lift this panel up so you can then bring the leg out, rotate right here like that, and then this will tab into a little tab right there like that, and then you can bring this down, closing that up, and then right here you can go ahead and bring this out so you can then rotate this around like so, fold this little gray piece away, fold that away, and bring this in, and then this little tab right here will go into this little slot right there. Make sure it's all nice and lined up like that. This should be parallel. Bring this back around. Then back here you want to go ahead, this back end, you want to go ahead and untab it by lifting up that way and then extending it out on this hinge. You unfold that, bring this up, rotate this part around, and then bring this around. This tab right here will go in that slot right there. So, just get that lined up and like that. And that leg is pretty much done. Now on this side right here, some extra bits. So you go ahead and open that up. Then take this part right here. You want to go ahead and, if it hasn't, reset itself, go ahead and untab it most of the way and then rotate it out like that. Then once again, extend the leg out by rotating this out like this, and then rotate the knee and tab it back in up here. Like so. Be a little more tricky. There we go. And then from here, go ahead and bring this in. That tabs in. And this right here, this is on a slider. You want to go ahead and slide it over like that on the slider. And then bring it down and bring it in like that. And that more or less covers the rest of the leg right there. Then again, this thing, you want to go ahead and bring this around and rotate this around, and once again tab it in so it's sitting parallel like that. Don't forget to fold the panel down like I did right there, that little one. Go ahead and bring that leg back down. Once again, lift this up so it's untabs, and then extend it backward like that. Open that up, fold the foot forward, and then rotate that back and close that up right there. And there you go. That's the legs done. So what you want to do up here is then go ahead and let's see, untab that and bring that down like that. These will lift up like that. Oh, and open that up. Shield if it's there, you can go ahead and remove that. Roll that up, bring that down, around down, and then split this part right here. Just split that and open up like that, and then bring this in brown like that. So you take this whole back panel and you pull it out like that. You take the head right here and you flip that up. You take those little panels and flip those in. Down here, right there, you go ahead and take that panel and separate that. You take that little panel and flip it out so it's lined up with the top. You separate these panels, and then you flip this panel back. You go and take this little gray piece and you rotate that down like that. You go ahead and bring this down, the arm down, so then you can flip that panel around. It should give you enough clearance, and then you bring that up over top of the shoulder like that, and you go ahead and bring that down. And you can also tab in the arm right there as well. Same thing on this side. pop it apart, flip that out, separate these panels, go ahead and flip that panel back, bring the arm down, and that lets you bring that panel up and around and over the shoulder. Then you can go ahead and flip that in, tab that in right there, and bring that down like so. This whole piece and rotate this 180, bring this up, and this will, this right here, this tab right here will slot into the back of the headpiece. You push this in, slot into the back of the headpiece, like so, holding that all and locking that in place. Back here, what you want to do is with this whole armature, this whole armature right here, what you want to do is you want to rotate it like that, and then rotate at this hinge, so then that clears like that, and then bring this down on that, and then this right here, this hinge will come undone, this hard hinge right there, and then bring that up like that, and then this, bring it up like that, and then this right here, this will collapse like that, like so. Make sure this is all squared away like this. And this, bring that down, bring this up, and there's a little slot right here, right there, this hook to go over right into right there, and that pretty much secures that away. Then finally we're going to clear it. Last stage right here. Go ahead and take this and slide this forward, rotate it around, and then slide it back in like that. Right here you want to go ahead and take the arms, that up, send the fist outward, close that up, that up, rotate the fist outward and close it back up. Then rotate right here at the bicep, and I tend to do it this way because it tends to work better. I'll get into that in the review. Rotate that around, and one last step, of course, is to then take these little panels and flip them down to become the new hip skirts. And there you go. There you have Shouki in his robot mode. Now, to take it to combined mode from here, what you want to do is then go ahead and right here, untap this, bring that down, just kind of leave that sitting for now. Then you want to go ahead and untap this from the back and extend that out like that. Fold this away. Fold these panels right here forward like that. You want to go ahead and rotate the waist 180 like so. Like that. And then right here you want to go ahead and then rotate this around 180. Kind of get that like that. Collapse the head in. And then what you want to do here, this is kind of the tricky part. You want to go ahead and rotate this up and bring that out like this, so then you can untab this and just, I found this the easy way to do things is to untab this and then bring it out like that. Untab it, bring this out, rotate it down, and then untab this and rotate this all back up like that. So then you can then take this part of the torso and rotate that 180 with, you know, minimal clearance issues like that. So, all right, then you can bring this back down and tab these back in because you need these back here like this. Like that. You bring those, tab those back in as your robot mode. Now, you go ahead and get that out of the way. You're gonna go ahead and rotate these 180 like that, and then open those up, close that up, close that up. Rotate here at the bicep 180. Open up this panel, rotate the fist in, and close that up. And then right here, you want to go ahead and take that at the shoulders, rotate it forward, and you also rotate this out like that. And you can close it, and I'm gonna leave that up for now. Rotate the forward at the shoulder like this, and also bend this down right here, and just get that kind of situated. And then you can go ahead and I'll get this out of the way. Right here, bring this forward like this, and then right here, there's a little hook tab thing, which will hook around and go into a slot on the inside of this. You hook this around and make sure it's at a slight angle, and then hook in, and then if you do it right, I'll hook in like that. And then you can bring the arm the rest of the way up, like so. Make sure you use both elbow joints, like that. And yeah, we use both elbow joints and bring the arm all the way up like that. So this is flat, and then this, the chain panel right here will sit in a bit of a channel right there, like that, and it should all, you know, sit nice and nice right there. You can bring this panel down, and this right here, you can go ahead and fold that up, rotate that out, and angle that how you please, about right there. And then over here, do the same thing. Bring it up, and then rotate here at the elbow, but not all the way quite yet. And then you go ahead and rotate this whole thing up. Rotate this more up at an angle. Bring it around. Bring it around. Fold this in. Hook that in. Hook it in. Like that. And then bring the arm up the rest of the way. Again, making sure it's all nice and sitting like that, and using both elbows and the train panel sitting flush in there. And then you bring this down, rotate this piece out, rotate this up, and angle this how you wish, more or less. Now this part, what you want to do here with all this stuff, and don't forget that if you haven't already, this part, open those up like that. They're supposed to be out at an angle like that, opened up. And then right here, what you want to do is unfold all this, and this right here, you want to unfold that like this, and then make sure this is all straightened out more or less, and to a degree. Somewhat. It's going to be out like this, more or less. And then you want to bring this down in such a way that these tabs right here are going to tab in right here into these little bits, and make sure to straighten this out too. Before you do that, and make sure that this panel right here is straightened out like that. All right, and then bring this down, and this will tab in. These will tab in right here on these little slots right there, like that. Right here, what you want to do right here is fold this up like this, rotate it around 180, collapse this like that, and then bring it back down, and then this, I'm going to fold this down, and this will slide right here. Slides up like that. And this will come down. There's pegs right here, which will go into little holes right there. Should align that all up and peg that in, like so. And then right here, these little bits right here, you want to go ahead and right here, you want to push these out like that, and push that out like that. So, make sure to give this a bit of a push inward. It's not going to go all the way in, but it will go in enough. And then finally, take the legs here. Move them back on this. They're the hip joints, and then fold them up at the knees. Make sure that didn't come undone. Fold them up at the knees, and then right here at the ankles, there's these tabs right here, and you tab that in, like so, and then just sits like that. And then finally, what you do is take this chest piece and you unfold it. Fold it like that, and this part right here, you'll unfold this, and this tab right here will go into this. There's a slot right here, and this tab right here will go there, and this peg hole will go over this peg. So you just want to angle it down like this, peg it in, tab it in, and peg it in, and there you go. Once you've got it all sorted, once you got it all sorted, there you go. That is the chest mode, or torso mode, or whatever you want to call it, combined mode. And then go ahead to get it back to train mode. You go ahead and unpeg this, untab this as well, and put that off to the side. And then right here, you can go ahead and unpeg this, slide that, pull the slider, fold this up, unfold this part right here, rotate it around and bring it back down, and straighten this all, unpab that and straighten this all out, straighten that out like that, and just bring it out on this armature like so. Just kind of leave that hanging like that. Take the legs here, unpeg them from each other, and then bring them back down like so. Up here, go ahead and rotate that back down, fold this down, fold that down, move this down, move all that down. Take those and lift those up. You can bring the arms down, the arms down. So then you can do a weird thing of like where you have to basically push from the outside so you can unhook these and then bring them back like that and get them all lined up there. Push it inward so they can unhook, then bring it back out and then line it up there. You can leave it like that for now. Go ahead and fold these back in like this. They're out of the way. And then I'm going to straighten out the arms like so. And then right here, what you want to do is then untab the arms so you can then bring them up like this and have them more or less sitting like this. And go ahead and fold this away too. Have them sitting like this. Untab the arms like this. Then you can then rotate the whole torso around 180 like that. And you can also rotate that part around. And then rotate the hip skirts back up like this. Take this piece, pull it out, rotate it around and push it back in, and then flatten those back out like that. Anyway, so you want to do all that. And then back here at the arms, you want to go ahead and rotate this around right here. This, more or less, to the round like that. Look like that. And fold this piece inward. You bring this piece down. I'll tab in, tab this into that piece like that, and then rotate this down and tab that all together like so. Sit like that. Essentially the same thing on this side. This up. Rotate this around. To use the double hinges here, you can rotate this around at the same time as you're rotating everything else around. Rotate that around and bring that around like so. Trying to minimize any sort of scuffing. You can go ahead, once you have that all done, you can go ahead and pull these out. And then make sure, once again, this panel's folded up, and then you can fold this in, bring this down, tap this panel into this panel, then tab this in like so. Before you go completely all the way through, you want to go ahead and bring this around, this armature around, so it's sitting on this side like that. Make sure this is all pulled up like that. And then go ahead and bring these forward like so. Tab together. Bring this all tab together. Go ahead and rotate these down a bit. Bring this up. Also, if they haven't already done so, rotate this back in. And yeah, rotate that piece back in if it hasn't already done so. And then you can bring this up. Yeah, like that. Line it up. Everything up. And then bring these in. So, tab together, and then bring these tabs underneath. Make sure it's all tabbed together on both sides. Like that. Of course, those fold themselves underneath again. Of course they would, because that'd be too easy to do it right. And then, yeah, go ahead and bring that peg down and make sure it's all, tab those back in and tab those in. And there you go. That's pretty much the front of the train done. And then down here, of course, at the legs, what you want to do is untab that, fold that in, rotate that around, and then bring it up. And on this double hinge, you want to bring it back inward, and then this tab will go, you have to lift this up so this tab can go over top and then push it in like that. Back here, you want to untab this, rotate this back out, do this around. So just get it out of the way. bring this back up, slide it back over, lift this up and out of the way, then undo the knee, rotate the knee right there, and then as you're collapsing it back in, you want to go ahead and collapse it back in, and also rotate this up, like so. Get that up and out of the way, get it rotated all up, and then close this panel back up. Like so. Same thing on this side, mostly. Untab that panel, fold that down, rotate this panel right here and collapse that back up like that. Use the double hinge to bring it, compress it, and then tab that in like that. And then untab this, bring it out, bring that out, bring this around, unfold this little piece right there, open that up, rotate that around, untab and rotate around, collapse that back down, close that up. Close that up like that. And then go ahead and bring the legs together. Bring it all together like that. And then this part right here, you want to bring this back down, and there's little tabs and slots right there. You want to push it down so those all line up, and it holds that, all clicks into place. And right here, you go ahead and bring this part, bring that back down, line that all up like that. It'll kind of tab in. And these parts you can go ahead and bring forward like this, and then bring up, and they will tab in. Make sure everything's lined up. And there you go. Shouki's back in his train mode. So yeah, that's the transformation. It's actually not too difficult, but there are definitely some clearance issues, some small clearance things you should watch out for, but it's manageable. You just got to pay attention and, not be dumb or do it out of order. So, yeah, hope to see you in a review, and see you later.